I'm Jeff Brim from NT5 Advisors, and this is part of our innovation interview series. And today we have Adam Immerall from Master of Shapes. And Adam, thank you for taking time to talk with me today.
No problem, man.
So we were having a discussion before this, and it was very fascinating around where do you see innovation going? And a little bit about Master of Shapes.
Sure. Well, yeah. Master of Shapes, we're an interactive design studio, and we kind of specialize in pushing the bounds of tech via either making cool new installations or using virtual reality or augmented reality tools. For me, like the next step of innovation, I think is AI. Like our background, we actually do a lot of real-time graphics, a lot of visual effects, and I've been able to see this transition of visual effects change from this labor-intensive thing to now all these new tool sets to make it easier. And we're kind of used to that always, right? But now I think AI is going to play a huge role because I've been seeing a lot of cool neural networks, which are like trained models that are really good at doing tasks that humans were kind of really challenging for them, right? For example, like rotoscope, I think will be fully replaced by AI. There's some really cool stuff for stereoscopic conversion that's fully done with just a neural network. It's been trained on stereoscopic images. You can see a monoscopic image and then automatically convert it to stereo. Or like companies like Prime Focus and stuff, we're doing roto, and that's tons of labor-intensive work, so I think that's going to replace things. Also, AI has a cool use case for like motion capture. There's a really cool model I just saw called OpenPose, and what's dope about it is it just uses a 2D webcam, and it can actually detect 3D skeleton poses from just live action footage. So imagine you've like photogrammetry captured an actor, and you want to do a take where they need to do a performance, running around or whatever, but you don't have the actor anymore. You only had him one day on set. You use this neural network, have a normal performer run around and do this action, and now apply that photogrammetry model to this 3D skeleton data. Now you've got this perfectly motion captured rig, all automatic, So there's some cool stuff, I think, there. Facial replacement, I don't know if you've seen the deep fake stuff. Have you heard about that?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It's a little creepy, but I saw this really cool thing. There's this like famous horrible visual effects shot in Scorpion King with The Rock. Mm-hmm. It's not bad for the era, but it's bad now when people look back. And it's just funny because these guys did this thing on YouTube where they're like, where do you fix that shot? This shot is kind of obviously CG. It's the first time they've done a really photorealistic CG face of The Rock, and it looks like a video game. It looks really rough. And so these guys just used a deep fake algorithm, trained it on a bunch of Rock photos, because obviously he's famous now, and they redid the shot, and it looks like it was done now. It's like perfect. And you're like, man, that was probably millions of dollars of CG and man hours, and now they're doing this like quick on a YouTube channel and fixing a VFX shot. So I think that's the most exciting, like where AI will help us in a non-threatening, scary way. Because I think right now we're all dystopian, like worried AI will take us all out. I think it'll like take us away from those labor-intensive jobs and let us get even crazier, more creative.
So what does more crazier look like?
I think tighter timelines, more ambitious shot lists. Like, maybe we have a 700 VFX shot film. Maybe soon it'll be, 2,000 for the whole film. You'll do a Life of Pi in a production timeline that would have taken, back in the day 5 years, doing like a year now. So it could be one route of crazy. Also, I think so probably put us in some crazy elements as far as what's real and what's not. We'll have to evolve our detector, our BS detector, if you will, because I think it's going to get a little challenging to detect. So that'll be an interesting time, but I think we'll lead in some cool innovation.
So you think there'll be groups that get together to decide whether it was real or not?
Well, I heard they're actually using AI algorithms to train what's AI or not, because we're starting to lose that ability. Like, we're really good as humans to detect like an ad. If an ad pops up, we're kind of clever to know that wasn't a genuine, like our buddy didn't post that. It's kind of an ad. But we're getting worse at detecting like face stuff. This deep fake stuff is pretty hard to detect. So we might need some AI tools to assist that, and hopefully that'll make people just honest. And then after that, we can just like use it for good, and have fun with it.
So you talked about AI, but we've been talking about volumetrics. So where do you see that going?
So volumetric capture, a lot of angles. So from a virtual production standpoint, I think it's massive. You can use volumetric capture to just quickly block out scenes or quickly block out CG sets. But from a further step, I think AR, we all keep talking about augmented reality, all keep talking about it. It's still not fully on the cusp, but I think once we get to a point where we are wearing AR glasses or AR contact lenses or something, volumetric capture will serve as our form of telepresence. We no longer will need to be in physical spaces, and we'll kind of supplement that need with volumetric capture. So I think there could be some cool use cases there.
But could you see, we talked a little bit in previous discussions around this legacy type of volumetric capture.
Yeah.
Do you ever see that ability to see LeBron play Michael Jordan in basketball?
Oh, wow, something like that. I mean, man, there's some cool
Could we decide that now?
Who would win? Yeah.
Who would win?
Man, that's actually a great call. We should train a neural net on Jordan and train one on LeBron and then like do a CG like battle to the death essentially in basketball.
But it would look real.
It would look absolutely real. Yeah, I think the volumetric capture tech is getting better. I mean, what we've seen now in these early phases, it's a little bit CPU intensive. It's really processor intensive. I think you're seeing these new companies, they're either hardware accelerating it or using a GPU leveraged algorithm to get this be more and more real time. Pretty soon it'll be perfectly real time, low latency. 5G will bring it in and you'll be able to just transmit that. No longer Skype or Google Hangouts. It'll just be you cruising in. So I think that'll be the next steps. But, and man, who knows the use cases soon? We'll probably have a lot more use cases as things evolve.
But you've been working on 5G use cases. So how are those different than use cases that you've done in the past?
Well, I think 5G is a tough one, right? Because to a lot of people it's abstract. It's a speed thing only. But they don't realize that a connected society is an intelligent society. And I think, to me, that's what 5G is. So now that you have this massive amount of bandwidth that you can handle with 5G and this low latency, everything should be smart. And what I mean by that is if you have an autonomous vehicle, it should communicate to the traffic light. It should communicate to the other autonomous vehicles to know how the traffic patterns are going or how busy certain streets are. But even on a more advanced level, if these autonomous vehicles have LiDAR sensors or different volumetric capture they're doing, that data should be shared and real-time mapped so that people are aware of, say there's a biker in a blind spot 3 cars down from me that I can't see, but one of those cars nearby has a LiDAR scanner that's capturing that, and we're sharing all that data in real time. We're all aware of things. Now I see that biker in my blind spot, or I know there's these things happening, roads closed or an accident just happened. So I think a truly intelligent city pushes us towards a good thing, man. Less traffic means less pissed off people. So maybe 5G can make just happier people, man. We might be just a better world all around.
That might be the new tagline.
That might be the new
5G will
one.
make happier people.
That's the new motto I'm going with, man. We'll see. So I'm excited about it.
All right, good. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, man.
Take care.
Have a good one.